Welcome to Facebook for the Blind, your look at the downfall of Western civilization through the best memes we can find each week. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a show we like to celebrate and call Facebook for the Blind, a show for the visually and Facebook impaired. I, your humble host, am Eric Sizemore. How you all doing? Good. Let's get to the news. This week was, I noticed on the Google, whatever they call it, the Google Doodles, the Google Doodles, that it was Christopher Reeve's would have been his 69th birthday. So nice. Also, NPR out there really making it rough for the rest of us. NPR published flying microchips the size of a grain of sand could be used for population surveillance. And they've got a picture of this tiny little flake of a bird thing next to this enormous pencil lead. And I'm just like, God, like we're already fighting all this other disinformation. NPR, whose side are you on? They have issued subpoenas, for a lot of people in the January 6th hearings, and that's kind of fun. Also, the January 6th Justice for J6 rally at the Capitol this weekend had more cops than protesters, and no politicians, including all the ones that have been writing off this stuff like MGT and Matt Gaetz. None of them showed up. So that's interesting. A nice little retrospective on the Texas power grid going down showed that a major problem for the loss of power was the loss of power to gas distribution and supply. So apparently Texas grid operators had taken no steps to identify natural gas facilities and prioritize power delivery to them. So that sort of created a snowball effect and rolling blackouts because Texas is a failed state. Iceland this week briefly celebrated electing a female majority parliament on Sunday before a recount put it right back to where it was in 2016. No, sorry about that. There were fossil footprints that were found in Mexico that have now shown that Americans were in North America at least 21,000 years ago, far earlier than they thought before. So that's kind of cool. And because I have been told that most news is depressing and I should end with an animal story, this is a photograph of a fox jumping simultaneously with a frog, also jumping simultaneously. Photographer Kristen Ferguson been documenting generations of a red fox family near her home in Paisley, Scotland. And on one summer morning, she got super lucky, and that was picked by Nat Geo as your Shot Monthly editor's pick. And last but not least, because I love the educational side of Facebook, my man John Hagenbrenner published this. These are, you notice these are ants. These are ants on leaves, and they have sort of a mushroom stalk coming out of it. One of the most famous fungi in the world is the zombie ant fungus. It takes over the mind of an ant, causing it to climb up to a branch and cling to the underside of the leaf before mummification. And then once it's locked into place, spores burst forth at a greater height and get better distribution. I think that's awesome.
Ew.
Yeah, ew. These are some of my favorites. Man, that.
All right, I'm going.
For Monday, September 27th, handing it off to my lovely co-host, Michael LeBune. Meme us up, dog.
Let's start with some wholesome content after that, please. Well, this is a meme that I may have forgotten what I was starting with. This is a meme that is a riff-off of the repurposed porn memes. It's a Muppet. And it's saying it just looks like it's laying on its back on a bed, and it's saying "Go Meeper." Moving on. This is a picture of a whole bunch of white women and one black woman, and they're all dressed exactly the same. They're wearing boots over their knees, blue jeans tucked into their boots, sweaters and hats. It just looks like a nightmare in Nashville is what it looks like. And it says, "Why did this photo just ask me if her friend can have a bump too?" Yeah. By the way, if you can look at my top tabs, you can see how many memes I got to get through tonight. So I'm just going to keep moving. This says top 12 states to live in indicated by yellow, and it's it's a picture of the United States with the northernmost states colored in yellow. this is so fucking stupid.
I like it though. You know, it reminds me. I just realized that Illinois and California are little microcosms of the United States, because the north end is real civilized and great to live in, and the south end has got COVID.
Yeah, you know what's weird is Pennsylvania is like upside down. Pennsylvania goes in New York too. Upstate New York is way different than New York City. Yeah, I got a lot of memes. I'm getting through. This is from Glow Fuck Yourself, a page I don't necessarily recommend, but it is one that I follow. It's a picture of a woman, I think, wearing stockings. She has recently taken off a high heel and put her stocking foot into a bowl of spaghetti, and it says, "Let me slip into something more comfortable." This is from Rod for Short, a Nashville comedian friend of mine. And this is like that Chad meme of they don't know that whatever. And it's a guy standing in the corner and everyone else is dancing. And the guy standing in the corner says, "They don't know I jacked it in the parking lot." And the first couple dancing says, "Look, it's Jizz Grip Gary." And the other couple says, "You won't believe what I saw that guy doing in his car." This is from Joke Czar. And he says, "People who are dedicated to learning don't care about timing and location." And it's a picture of a man in a very, very crowded train. And he's reading a book that's called Ass Eating Made Simple. Here's a classic picture, Winnie the Pooh walking with Piglet. And it has the text and it says, "What day is it?" asked Pooh. "It's today," squeaked Piglet. "You know what the fuck I mean," said Pooh. Look, I don't know what this picture's from, but it's two guys who are staring at each other like they are ready to fight. Oh, it says it in the bottom, WW something live. They're wrestlers, I guess. And then one person is whispering into the first guy's ear. And the first guy is labeled me. The person whispering into my ear is my mom. And the other guy looking angrily is the doctor asking, "Are you sexually active?" I think I'm going to skip. Whatever, I'll do it. At William Legate says, "Folks, do not buy the iPhone 13. They developed it in just 1 year. The first iPhone took billions of years to make. How can we trust an iPhone, which was developed so fast?" And the first comment says, "Not only that, I've heard they contain microchips and GPS tracking software." I think this is my last one for this round. No, second to last. This is Alex Trebek, 3 panels, and he says, "Where can you get with that bullshit?" And the first answer is, "What is fuck out of here?" And Alex Trebek says, "Correct." Last one for this round. Michael Harriet, editor for The Root. If you're not following on Twitter, you need to. He says, "When my nephew was 18, he wanted to spend the entire summer with me. I said, okay. One day, out of the blue, he said the most disrespectful thing I've ever heard. Quote, 'Chris Brown is better than Michael Jackson,' end quote. When my nephew was 18, he spent half of the summer with me."
Oh my goodness.
Zip round 1.
Wow. All right. Hard to follow that one. We do call the first round wholesome, although I don't know why. It's just a lip. But I am going to start off with a nice Calvin and Hobbes. You know what I mean? Somebody has reposted a 4-panel. Calvin says, "Smells like somebody's having a fire. I love the smell of a fire on a cold winter day. Isn't it strange how smells are so evocative, but we can't describe them?" And Calvin says, "Oh, I don't know. That fire has a very snorky, brambish smell." And Calvin says, "I should have known animals would have words for smells. It's a bit brunky, but the low humidity affects it." I like that. I like that one a lot. This is a cat on a stool, but the white legs of the stool match the cat, and it says, "We can rebuild him. We have the technology." I like it.
That's cute.
Yet another cat here climbing an ATM. It's entitled, "When you are a strong, independent cat and you don't need handouts from Karen." See here. Joseph Wade at Cordial Wombat posts, "Hey, Walmart, I have a very important question to ask because there are 2 boxes of Halloween skulls and one is marked 394 skull and 394 faux skull." It's a tight joke right there.
Yeah.
If this next one is over a forest and just some pretty words that say, if a tree falls on an anti-vaxxer in the woods and nobody is around to apply essential oils, do they still get autism?
Fucking perfect.
And for the regular viewers of the show, you know that I'm always trying to trigger Michael. This is a toy that you can buy. Says crucified Jesus by yourself. And in the plastic bubble wrap, you've got a Jesus, you've got a little cross kid, and you got a little hammer. And it's captioned person, perfect toy, doesn't exist. Me, hold my wallet.
Wow.
Wait, what's Michael doing? I want to see his face. I gotta get the video on.
Oh, I'm dying laughing. Yeah. Who is this for? Like, that's the question I have.
Man, my question is, how did I not think of marketing this myself?
Oh.
That's a huge dollar. That is a huge dollar right there.
Julia says, who isn't this for? This just screams of the sort of thing like evangelical parents would make their children do every time they masturbate or something.
I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm not sure, but I love it. You kind of want one, don't you?
No, I don't.
Speaking of marketing, I believe this next meme is called a marketing fail. It says, this bowling ad alley better chill. There's a man standing behind a woman. She's laughing. She's very, very toothy. And he's, behind her. Maybe he's teaching her how to bowl. And it says, it's amazing what you can do with 2 fingers and a thumb.
Relax.
That's a marketing fail, but it's a great marketing fail. This is another one of a series I like to call images your mother has sent that are disturbing. This is 2 legs, and I'll just it's titled "I had the best foot spa ever," and I guess she's looking down at her feet in the dark, but her daughter has corrected her to let her know, "Mother, that looks like labius," and especially on a phone, gotta tell you.
Oh man, yeah. That I had to look at that 10 times to see feet.
Yeah,
that does not look like feet.
I got it blown up as big as I've seen it all week, and that's the first time I saw toes. And I mean, there's a picture of the toes way back here. Yeah. All right, so probably my post with the most this week, but I'm sneaking it in near the end of the news because it is also an animal story. This is a picture of a frog with a snail on either side of his head. He looks very chill, and it just says, I bet he's listening to slow jams. One of my friends,
Princess Leia.
Princess Leia, I had a comment that said Princess Leia looks different these days. And another friend of my friend Mike Barkley said he's listening to a podcast. It's just riveting.
Just riveting. Get the fuck out of here.
It took me a day to get the pun on that. I was so proud of myself.
I'd kiss that frog just to see. I said I'd kiss that frog just to see.
Yeah. Pull that off and see what he's listening to. Stick
You never
it
know.
up your ear, see if you
never know. If ever there was a frog that's like a princess, I think that's the one.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. All right, 3 more to go in this round. Date idea. They come over at 9 p.m. and you both take 2 melatonin and get 10 hours of sleep. So it got passed around by the librarians. This was a super hot date idea, guys. Just want to let you know. The ladies were loving this. This next one I've seen quite a few different styles of this on the internet. It's a picture of a pet with a sign around its neck. This is a German Shepherd, I guess. And he says it has a sign on it. Says, I have no shame. I jumped out of the car window and got into the next car because the person was eating KFC chicken, which is a great image. And I can picture it. But I'm wondering, like, is her dog on Facebook? How is this going to shame him? How is he going to learn from this? I don't know. I don't understand. And my last one for this round. Picture of God in the clouds. And it's entitled on the top, could have banned shellfish or slavery. Shellfish. He chose shellfish.
God is definitely canceled.
Got some rules.
All right.
Very important.
God was super problematic. All right. This is from Joke Czar, and it's a picture of, I think this is Tom from Tom and Jerry, but we're just seeing the back of Tom, and he's leaning back on one hand, on his right hand, and his left hand is somewhere near his abdomen. It certainly looks like he's pleasuring himself because he's looking up. And it says, "Hello, this is your captain speaking. We are currently flying over 30,000 feet. And this is labeled people with a foot fetish."
Oh God.
You're not gonna believe this. This is a real picture from @NiceSheehan. This went viral on Twitter this week, and it says, "Greetings from the Bidford CVS, where Jeb Bush, locked his keys in his van and using the store phone to call LMAO."
Jeb! Exclamation point.
So in honor of this going viral, I went ahead and pulled this one back up. This is the electoral map, the only electoral map that matters, and it's Clinton 0, Trump 0, Jeb 538. and it's Jeb Bush with his arms wide in all his glory. This is from our friend Andrew Hicks, as was the Tom meme. This is our friend Andrew Hicks. It's a picture of Ronald McDonald, who looks pretty pissed. And it says, "Just about McFucking Haddock." Drake Gatsby says, replying, quote, "That sounds like a you problem," end quote, to every work-related email as a social experiment. Can you even imagine? That sounds like a you problem. Look, this is a lot to get through. I'm not gonna read it all, but it's a picture of a guy wearing a scully or a toque or a beanie, whatever you call those hats, and he's eating Cheetos with chopsticks. And the joke is, high school teachers always look their best, and college professors look like this. They just look like shit. But this, I had to put it in this story. It says, underneath it says, "I once had a professor slam a thermos down on his desk and say to us, 'There's more pressure in my sinuses right now than there is at the bottom of the sea. This thing's full of NyQuil. I'm going to drink it while I teach, and when your heads are replaced by swirling rainbows, I will cancel the rest of class.' The class ended up being 17 minutes long." The next person says, "Your professor was trying to fight God." At Love Dove Clark, picture of a woman smoking a cigarette, and it says, "Forgot my mic was on and farted in a Zoom class, and it made me full screen, so everyone knew it was me."
Hell yeah.
That's a 2021 problem right there. That problem didn't exist 2 years ago.
Yep.
This is great. At cat_I_E says, "Got my ancestry.com results back, and it's just a picture of Trader Joe's cracker assortment." This is from Bring Evidence. Says, "Just in time for fall, and it's pumpkin spice ivermectin." I don't know who this is for. All right. This is from The Weekend. I actually tried to investigate this to see if it's true, and I think it is. It says, "I drew The Weekend," and it's like just a really shitty drawing of The Weekend. It looks like a fucking Picasso, and it got 239,000 likes. The next picture is of The Weeknd, who used this shitty picture as his profile picture.
Yes.
I really fucking respect. This is my second to last. This is The Onion reporting that unvaccinated mom wants to know if you're coming home for COVID this year. And my last one for this round is from @Sidonahi, and it says, "Boomers, millennials, and Gen Z are snowflakes who get offended by anything. Gen Z, okay, boomers. Okay, boomer marks the end of friendly generational relations." Like, boomers have never been nice to fucking anyone but each other. Like, why in the fuck would we be nice to them? I do want to point out though, it's circled at the top that this was retweeted by 30 AF. I am 30 as fuck. And I don't know why, but I felt seen because of that. But no, I'm not the only one. My whole generation hates boomers.
Well, we had so much news and I was so discombobulated I didn't squeeze this in, and I gotta let you guys know because occasionally the news is funnier than anything we could possibly do. So this one ran in the New York Post. Shaman charged with starting a California wildfire after allegedly boiling bear urine. And the pull quote that I grabbed out of that was that she found that it was too wet for the fire to start, so she downed the water that she thought was animal urine and continued on her way, the report said. Then she eventually got trapped in the brush amid the inferno and had to call the fire department to help her out. That's what do you even do with that? Do you know what I'm saying? My boss, I told her the story. She says, why shaman? And I was like, well, why else could you excuse drinking bear urine? Like, we're like, well, I was going to drink some bear urine, but I had to boil it, because I'm a shaman. Anyway.
Because she's a poser, first of all. You're going to drink bear urine, you fucking do it straight up like a G.
And I had a friend of mine who commented, is shaman Californian for idiot? And I said, I don't want to say anything definitive because I'm worried that bear urine will turn out to be a cure for something later. So, all right, moving on. In terms of other stuff that's too stupid to even parody, Mike Flynn, the disgraced general, this week was talking about how the deep state medical establishment is trying to put COVID vaccine in salad dressing. And this was something that people talked about in the media. So there's that. All right, this next bit is just all dumb. This is a cat sucking on the bottom of a faucet, and it just says, my overly dramatic cat when his water bowl is empty. This is a dog with his own leash in his mouth walking, and it says, when you realize that no help is coming, you're an adult, you have to motivate yourself to move forward. This is a 3-panel and it just says the ultimate teleportation device, man with his eyes open and lines of beers and Jaeger shots. Man with his eyes closed. In the third panel, man with his eyes open, and it's a jail cell. The ultimate.
Someone who tended bar for 10 years, I want to make a small correction here. Those are not lines of beers. That's Red Bull. Those are Jaeger bombs, I assure you, sir.
That's somehow even grosser.
Yeah. It's fucking bad. Jaeger bombs, they'll send you straight to fucking jail or hell. You're going to one or both places. That many of them too. Jesus.
My favorite thing about Jaeger is that the first time I ever drank it, my memories are from the ceiling. I was saying to my friends the next day, but I wasn't actually on the ceiling, right? I didn't climb the counter. They're like, no. I was like, because my memories are all from the So I kind of feel this meme. This
Dude,
is
I gotta listen. I just want to say, if we finish the show early enough, I'll tell my Jaeger story that has to do with the White House before at the end of the show.
Okay.
Fucking hell.
Alrighty. I'm gonna skip the next one because I can't do it. And I didn't want to do this one, but oh well. It's Kermit the Frog sipping Patron Cerveza or Patron. Oh my God, I've forgotten all the names of everything. He's drinking tequila. Thank you. Oh my God. Talk about alcohol and forgetting
Patron.
things. And it says, don't argue with her. Just say, my side chick was right about you, and then walk away. Which is terrible. My apologies. I needed more time this week.
Reminds me of the Gorilla song. There was no screams because there was no time. Aborted dreams. This is a meme format that I saw quite a bit in the last couple of weeks. I really like it. The first picture is a boxer standing up with his gloves up, and then the next picture is the same boxer sitting down and taking a drink of water. And the first picture says, "Okay, I'm gonna fight to organize my house and act like a respectable adult." And then the boxer sits down. Damn, that unfolded laundry got hands. Unfolded laundry wins every time. This is weird. This is from the Philosopher's Shirt, which I really like on Instagram. And it says, "One day someone will think about you for the last time in eternity. You will be forgotten by the world and the universe." And Tired Tumbleweed said, not if I eat the Mona Lisa." Which is true. If you eat the Mona Lisa, I think you'll always be remembered. This is Detective Pikachu. Says, "Look, I'm sorry, but I have to speak my truth. Dutch is a completely ridiculous language." The proof is below it. It's an English to Dutch translation. And the English, it says, "Spank me, daddy." And Dutch says, "Give me in clap, papa." Yeah. It's fucking ridiculous. The Philosopher's Shirt makes a second appearance. And it says, "At a certain point, you have to stop worrying about the end of the world and tend to your watermelons." Who is that? Voltaire? I think that's Voltaire. The Onion reporting, study, marijuana ranks among best treatment for persistent existence. I can tell you that this is true. Oh, this is perfect. This is a picture of Dr. Manhattan sitting on Mars all by himself, just sitting there with his hands on his lap doing nothing. And it says, "How it feels when you go to the bathroom without your phone." Oh, 538 has an article, and the article is titled, "Why QAnon Has Attracted So Many White Evangelicals." And at Steve Kaufman says, "Can we please stop pretending to be shocked at the evangelical embrace of totalitarianism? Their entire worldview is obey me or burn in hell. The fuck did you think their politics were going to be?" Hey, Eric, you got the waiting room there?
Oh, I do.
This is Aborted Dreams. Aborted Dreams says, "I'm not asking God for forgiveness. He's the one who needs to apologize." I felt that one this week. Oh, I think the rest of these are Jesus memes. This is a picture of Jesus walking out of the tomb, and it says, "Remember, if he sees his shadow, it's 6 more weeks of quarantine." Oh man, I know what the next one is. There's a picture of Mel Gibson talking to Jim Caviezel, who is in like his costume for the Passion of the Christ. He's got the crown of thorns on, and he's absolutely covered in blood, head to toe covered in blood. And Mel Gibson's explaining something with his hand out, and it says, "Guys," Mel Gibson is guys explaining how annoying it is to have balls. And Jim Caviezel covered in blood is just labeled women. That's 2 weeks in a row I've had period jokes. Deconstruction Girl has this picture. It's a screen grab from Schitt's Creek, and it's David, who looks really like annoyed, as David kind of always does. And it says, "Jesus, love your neighbor," and then Christians, and it's David saying, "Okay, well, as long as it doesn't get hard." That's it for me. I looked for a post with the most this week, Eric, and I gotta say, I did not post anything on social media this week.
Oh,
Nothing.
check you out. Wow.
I
Check
know.
you out. I admire
how
your
it happened.
restraint. Well, then I think
It wasn't restraint.
I think, okay, whatever. I admire your
You should be
lackadaisical
worried.
and unobligated nature. That's fantastic. I have nothing.
What I'm looking for is concern.
Oh.
Is the proper.
Oh.
That would
Is
be
this
the right.
is it your
response.
lack of fiber thing again, or
I'm no longer doing things that I used to find enjoyable.
Oh, yeah.
This should be alarming. No, I don't know. I've been really busy. I'm not depressed, I promise.
Dude, we've talked about this before. We started this show, and every comic doing the show is like, I think Facebook makes me depressed and it's bad for my mental health. And I was like, I know, but the show has to go on, so suck it up, Buttercup.
Yeah, do it. There's actual studies that show this is bad for us.
Terrible.
Don't stop.
Terrible.
I think saying that you haven't posted on social media in a week means that you've been sober for a week.
Dude, he's always sober.
I've been
It's
sober
not even fun.
a lot longer than a week.
Yeah.
I live on the wagon.
All right, I'm going to knock out this last round and we're going to get to the drinking because I am not on the wagon and I want to do this. All right, so this first one is a ghost in a sheet, nice Halloween theme, and it says, I just figured out that ghosts are people who died trying to fold a fitted sheet. It all becomes clear when you lay it out like that, doesn't it? Yeah. This next is an ad like from American Girl, and it has the headline, American Girl releases first doll with hearing loss, and Faith Moore says, wait, the other ones can hear us? Look at those eyes. Those are dead eyes. Those are dead, creepy doll eyes right there. This next one says, I have a bumper sticker that says, honk if you think I'm sexy. Then I just sit at a green light until I feel better about myself.
Damn right.
This next one is Congressman Josh Mandel of Ohio saying, you can't spell pandemic without dem. Is this a coincidence? And Nina has replied, showing this tweet to every brilliant woman I know who worries she's underqualified to run for office. Dear God, these guys. This one's just for funsies. This is a shot from the Big Lebowski, and that is the Jesus. Yes. And he's preparing to bowl next to Anubis in the same position with an orb. And I just thought that was lovely.
Yes.
Two religious icons in the same pose. This next one is a Skeletor 2-panel meme, and Skeletor is saying, conservatism will never be punk or metal because you can't be a rebel and a bootlicker at the same time. Till next time, conservative pussies. I love Skeletor.
Yes.
Love Skeletor.
I don't prefer pussy as a pejorative, but other than that, I couldn't agree more.
You know, I thought it lended a certain something to the, rated G Skeletor thing, so I'll allow it. This next one is from...
The thing is, balls are way more sensitive. Go on, sorry.
It's true. Some people have a particularly sensitive uvula. What about that? Damon Adams
are on the outside of our body.
Damon Adams at that Damon guy posts, imagine if people knocked on your door to talk about science instead of religion. Hi, we just like a quick chat about the possibility of life in the atmosphere of Venus and thought you might be interested in hearing about phosphine.
Oh, fuck yes. Come on in.
But of course, we don't live in that universe. Instead, we live in a universe where Health Nerd posts, I, for one, am shocked that the pandemic denialists keep coming down with the disease they don't believe is a problem. Another Skeletor from Octopus/Caveman. Jesus, let he who is without sin cast the first stone. Skeletor, throw stone. Jesus, hey, Skeletor. I'm sorry, did you say skin or sin? I don't have ears.
Stupid.
This next one was definitely in the running for my post with the most. This is a beautiful rendition of a sci-fi book from the 1970s, I think, and look at it. The edges are worn exactly the way they would be. The font is perfect, and it's called Boomer with a Computer. We see a man behind the computer on an asteroid, and it says, the deep state, a global cabal of cannibalistic elites. They thought they could get away with it, but they were never prepared for the Boomer with a Computer. From author of Swollen Ankles, Swollen Vengeance, Queef Malone.
Oh my God.
And so it really is funny. Like QAnon is made up like 80% boomers, right? Mm-hmm. And the audacity of these people to believe that they're going to do it. Like they're going to be the ones to figure out the conspiracy of the deep state, and they're going to bring it all down.
Oh, yeah.
Watching fucking YouTube.
One of my favorites this week that I didn't snag for whatever reason is the Pepperidge Farms meme. where the old guy's sitting in the buggy, with the bag of Pepperidge Farms, and he says, remember when all these people who were choking on ivermectin paste were making fun of those 10 kids that ate Tide Pods? Pepperidge Farm remembers.
Pepperidge Farm remembers. Yeah.
Yet another stupid thing. This is from Middle Age Riot. Fox News says Hunter Biden's missing laptop has been found in Nicki Minaj's cousin's friend's balls. And this last one, which is my post with the most, and we will wrap it up there. Fox News, of course, makes everyone scared of everything. And here's an old one you've heard before. Officials, trick-or-treaters, beware of marijuana candy edibles. Tonight on Fox29.com. And Ghoul Dad Julia says, absolutely no one on the planet will give away their edibles for free to your children. Please grow up.
0% chance.
0% chance. And I said, man,
no fucking way.
Expensive. It's the same reason I stopped buying razor blades. And that is an episode of Facebook for the Blind.
Nice work.
Thanks for listening to an episode of Facebook for the Blind. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.